chasing the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Last time I saw you guys, I was getting frustrated. I was, in a place I didn't want to be in, which is, Arsenal could catch us up and all that stuff. But this one, see this one here? Soon it'll be. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There you go, people. The Undertaker will be taking them. Yeah, guys. I just can't believe it, man. I just can't believe we're 11 points clear. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow we could be 14 points clear if they lose to Nottingham Forest. All we need them, all we need them to do is drop points, even a draw. That'd be great. You know what I mean? So, guys, I don't know. I haven't seen you guys. I think since what game was it? Let me check. What game was it? I think it was the Aston Villa game. That's the last time I see you guys. And we got a draw there, and I was really frustrated. I think I was doing a watch along for that one as well. So the draw wasn't so bad after all. The draw was not that bad after all, guys. Honestly, I didn't expect West Ham to go down there and beat them. No, I didn't. You know what I mean? I thought like West Ham might get beat. But, we got our bottlers, I call Arsenal Football Club, bottlers on the scene. So it was great to see West Ham beat them by 1-0. And, us beating Man City, we're going to talk about later. Don't be fooled by the stats, people. Don't ever be fooled by the stats. The stats tell you one thing, like they've been dominating in possession and etc. and chances and all this stuff. But Liverpool actually controlled that game. Liverpool did whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? So, guys, 11 more games to go. You know what I mean? And Virgil's asked for the fan base to start, letting it out, being the best fans in the world, backing the team and outshouting opponents home and away and all that stuff. So, let's start, man. Let's start preparing for things like that. Let's get the players over the line. You know what I mean? Let's support these players. That's what I said to you guys the last time I was here. I can't be asked about being negative anymore. I really can't be. I just got to back the guys. I said that. I've got no choice. None of us have got any choices other than, obviously, to get to the Premier League title now. So put the negativity aside, put all that stuff, around the football club aside and just strive towards the Premier League title. And then we could relax more and, look for the Champions League as well. Hopefully we beat PSG in both legs. Obviously we've got a League Cup final against Newcastle as well. this is a dress rehearsal for that. Man, I'm over the moon, guys. Honestly, like things are looking good so far. I know this is all preset, and I'm going way ahead and all that stuff. It's just a banter. Is it banter? Is it? Is it a banter? Is it?
Is it a banter? I don't think so. My team won't let me down, that's for sure.
There you go, people. We won't be let down by this team, and all season they've been phenomenal. You know what I mean? If you look at the games that we lost, Nottingham Forest at home, it depended on the circumstances of that game, because players only had one day, obviously, to prepare for that game at home. Arne is not new to the club, didn't understand how things work. After international football, pick the same team that's traveled from all around the world, and to come back and start that game. I would have started, obviously, the players that were still at home. That's what I would have done in that game, and then gradually bring the main players on after that. But listen, that's the only game I think we got beat good, to be fair, the way Nottingham Forest done it. Sorry, guys, I just woke up, so I need coffee. But after that, we lost to we lost to Tottenham, as I remember, in the League Cup. Look at the second leg. What happened? They got battered. PSV reserve players in that team, and they done pretty well. We should have done better. If we defended better, maybe we could have beat PSV. You know what I mean? And Plymouth. You know what I mean? Normal circumstances, if we were serious about that tournament, we could have started a better defense than what we did in that day as well. So, listen, we've only lost one game this season that was, deserved. That Nottingham Forest. That's the only game. Other than that, man, more or less undefeated throughout the season. So, give them credit, man. Obviously, we've got a few draws here and there, but still, unbeaten for a long time in the Premier League. Unbeaten away from home as well this season. So, the most difficult thing in football in general is going away from home and winning games. You know what I mean? And we've done that this season a lot of times. So we're doing good, guys. Honestly, we're doing good. Can you imagine, like, if we win the league this season and next season, how we can improve with the players that we already have, and what Arne Slot can implement in the pre-season, like ideas wise, and getting players of his choice at the same time as well. Because if you look at this team in the summer, I was with them in America. There was the senior players, Soboslai, Salah, I believe. That was it, really. The rest were youngsters. And then we came back to England. We got the senior players back, like Trent, Alisson, Van Dijk, etc. So he didn't really have a lot of preseason with these players. Like, the preseason, he didn't have a lot of time with them. That's what I meant to say. But for what he's done this season, goodness gracious me, can you imagine next, like, what he can do? Like, what formations we could play, like possession and tactical, things we could put on the pitch that can make us look better, because that's what's happening this season. This season, I don't think we played great football, but we've been effective at the same time. And I'm just looking forward to the next season, guys. Honestly, like how his ideas can be put onto these players and see where we go from there. With the new players, of course, with the new players as well. But listen, it's all about now, and what we as a football club, what we as a fan base have to do. So let's all get together, guys. Be positive, push the players to the line, and let them get over at the end as well. Imagine lifting the Premier League at Anfield. That's a strong possibility, people. Imagine, we could go, to the Champions League final. It's a strong possibility, people. So we all got to play a part. We all got to play a part. I love this. I love this idea. You know what I mean? I love that.
It's the most beautiful thing when you see something down here. Cocky lot always talk about 20, but no longer talk about 20. Because when Liverpool get there, it's over. nobody would ever talk about Man United again.
I love that. I love that. All right, guys, please hit the like button, hit the subscription button, notification button, all that good stuff. I'll come to the chat in a minute. We're going to look at Arne Slot's press conference, and then we could discuss the game against Newcastle. But tomorrow we should do the preview with the guys like Nolante and JK, who are part of the channel as well. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Arne Slot. Let's hear what you're going to say about the Newcastle game. Let's go.
Arne, I appreciate it's early, but how worthy a candidate is Mo Salah to win the Ballon d'Or? I should probably throw Virgil van Dijk into that, but the reason we speak about Mo is because his numbers are so high at the moment. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's mostly about attackers, isn't it? Although the last winner was, I think, a midfielder. But yeah, it's a good thing that Mo is in the discussion because it means he does well and means we are doing well. But for him to stay in that discussion, he should bring in the same performances as he's done for 7 or 8 months now. Mm-hmm. And I think in general, someone that wins the Ballon d'Or needs to win something as well. So it's a great challenge that is in front of us, but also in front of him. And what I liked a lot is that he takes this challenge not only by scoring a big goal and a great assist against City, but he also wanted the team to win because his defensive work rate, especially in the second half, was outstanding. And that is...
Listen, Mr. Trent had a few issues the other day in regards to defending. You know what I mean? That's your job as a right back to defend. You know, get the ball back with the ball back. You know, make sure the winger doesn't get past you. But the way Salah performed and helped him out against Doku was just out of this world. Normally, we told Salah to stay up the pitch nowadays because of his age. We rather him attacking and scoring goals, innit? But what he did the other day, helping out Trent and showed Trent how to defend, it shows the guy is just, you know, the best player in the world. You know what I mean? He's not all about goals. His work rate as a team player, it's guys. I'll put it on Twitter. I said, you know, Mo Salah is the best right winger, is the best right back. You know what I mean? And I could never have a go at Mo. You know what I mean? I used to have issues with him before, like in regards to passing the ball at right time so we could score a goal to win a game. But this season, like creativity and, you know, team play and goals, guys. If he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, even if we don't do nothing, even from now, like if he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, I think there's something going on with this trophy. To be fair, guys, he's head and shoulders above everybody. Let's just put it that way. For a right winger that scores like a striker, that's extraordinary. You know that, like. There's nothing like that. He only plays one side of the pitch. He doesn't get into the middle. He doesn't get into the other side either. So he doesn't go all around so he could get more goals. Imagine he could do all that stuff. Maybe it would be 40 goals already, 50 goals already. You know what I mean? But he's doing it from one side. And not many people are looking into that. They just look at, you know, Salah scores always. But I can't see any other player doing that. I mean, scoring that many goals from one side of the pitch. Listen, if he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, you know this. I can't even believe he was even in the top 10. Obviously, the recent one, Rodri one. Strange, very strange. You know what I mean? Some of the players on there, they wouldn't even get the D list in the D list of the early noughties and 90s. They would never even get that. That's how bad those players are. You know what I mean? We're never going to see them again. Let's just be honest here. But it's strange, very strange when I saw that top 10 list and he wasn't even in it. So considering what he had last season as well. Guy scores over 20 goals every season. You know what I mean? What more do you need? He's got strikers rate. What more do you need? He's breaking records. What more do you need? You know what I mean? And he's not, you know, like seen as, you know, one of the best in the world for some reason. Like if you're not in that top 10, then you're not really seen in one of the best in the world, in my opinion, anyway. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But this season, guys, no matter what happens, if he doesn't win it, there's something wrong with football, man. What a player, man. What a player. I'm hearing some stuff around the club as well. I just hope he signs that contract, guys. I really hope, because we can't listen. We're not gonna get transfer for him anymore. The guy's performances is out of this world. Just give him the contract. I mean, just give him the damn contract, man. Let him nurture the next generation, like he done with Soboslai the other day when he was talking about him. Give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. I don't even think he's asking for a lot of money either. So why not? Why not, man? Let's get back. Oh, sorry about the chat. Big up chat anyway, man. Sorry about that, guys. Honestly, sorry. Let me just get there. Apologies as always. Alrighty. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll put a poll up there as well, so please go up there. What was it saying? If Liverpool beat Newcastle and Arsenal drop points in tomorrow, is the league title done? That's what I asked. So there's a poll there on YouTube. So please go and check it out. Big up James as always. James says, Fozzy, you are a legend. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. RKO is in the house. RKO is saying, if we beat and Arsenal drop points, it's over. And he's laughing. Okay. Let me just big up Steve, man. Big up, brother. Big up. Let's go, champ. We are definitely champs, mate. Don't worry about that. I don't wanna go over, man. Sorry, hello everyone from Uzbekistan. Okay. Big up, man. Big up, man. Good to see people from all around the world in there, man. Yeah, so let's get back to the press conference, and then we could chat about what's going on, obviously, as time goes on.
Let's go!
I think what it takes for us to have a chance of winning something, and if we as a team can win something, he will have a far more better chance to win an individual prize like the Ballon d'Or.
When you say win something, do you think you have to win even more than just the Premier League? Do you have to go on and win the Champions League as well for Mo to really have that outstanding chance of winning the Ballon d'Or?
It would make his chance only bigger. But the last one who won it, I think he only won the league and not the Champions League. So it is not only about the amount of prizes you win, but I think all of the ones that won it in the past probably, I'm not 100% sure, but probably won either the league or the Champions League. So that means, but in football it's always like this. You need the team to win an individual prize. And that's what Mo understands at the moment really well, because I just said his work rate, especially in the second half, but almost during the whole game, was very good and very helpful for us to have a chance of winning the game against City.
With regard to the title race now, though, how do you enforce the message that it's not over until it is over?
I don't think I need even to enforce that message, because these are the players that played. And I know the Forest fans are going to like me saying this again, but these players played the Forest home game. These players played the Fulham home game. These same players played the Manchester United home game. And the same players played Newcastle away, which was a very difficult game for us. 2 times being a goal down, then being 1.
Guys, you know that Newcastle game was very... Oh, sorry, Berder Ryan. Big up. Sorry about that. I didn't see your name. Big up, Berder Ryan. Thanks for tuning in. All the way from Uzbekistan. Wow. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, that Newcastle game, that 3-3, when Kelleher made a mistake, it angered a lot of people. Let me just put it, including myself. I thought, like, a few minutes to go, and the goalkeeper, pulling his arm down, and then it just comes out of nowhere. It scores from a difficult angle. Sometimes when you look into things like that, you got to think about it. Maybe it's a blessing, you know what I mean? Because we haven't made that same mistake again. Now we don't pull our hands back when the ball's in the air going for a goal kick or whatever you think it is. I'd rather it happen early in the season than at the end of the season. Let me just put it that way. I guarantee you, Kelleher ain't going to do the same thing again. Let's just put it that way, if you know what I mean. Big up, JK, partner in crime. Big up, brother. Big up. Yeah, so it was a difficult game. You know what I mean? That could have been, extra points on the board. Maybe at that time, the title would have been sealed earlier, if you know what I mean. So, but if you think about it in another way, if we got the title done and dusted earlier in the season, would we be more motivated in games? That's what I'm trying to say. We could be, you know what I mean? We could lose concentration a lot. You know, complacency will set in. So maybe us doing what we're doing now, it's good for the team because it keeps everybody on their toes and everybody's fighting for a position in the team at the same time as well. We played without a striker the other day. We played Curtis Jones and Soboslai as the strikers. They kept on swapping. It was more like a workman performance, if you know what I mean, against Man City. So even the strikers are not, you know, wanted as. I wish we played that formation before, actually. Maybe, you know, in most of the games, that's tough away from home. Maybe if we didn't have striker and played those two doing what they did, maybe we could have won those games earlier as well. But as I said, sometimes when things like the Kelleher incident happen, is a blessing because it happened earlier in the season. And now the players ain't going to do that anymore going forward, if you know what I mean. Nobody's going to go like this and then pull their hand back down and all that stuff. That's not going to happen now. So that's good. That's good. Let's get back to the press conference, man. Get the chat going, man. What's going on here today? I've come back, man. Let's go.
1 goal up and eventually drawing it to 3-0. So I don't think it's necessary. We all know these players are so long in this competition, much longer than me. So they know how difficult every single game is. And if you have to play 11, it's still a long way to go.
Thank you. Alexander Isak, who you're coming up against, is a striker in fine form. What is it that makes him such a special forward? And do you have to do anything different to handle a player like that?
It's an understatement to say that he's in a fine form. I think he's in an excellent form. Also over there, it's the team performance that will help us controlling him. So the more ball possession we have, the easier it is to control him. Although he's definitely a threat on the counter-attack as well. The good thing for us is that we've got 2 centre-backs that are probably one of the best players that are able to play against him. I don't say this in perfect English, but what I mean with that is that we've got 2 very, very, very good centre-backs. And that's definitely what you need if you face a striker.
Listen, we've learned down the years, isn't it? We do. Every team that has solid centre backs can win titles. Let's just put it that way. When you have the likes of Skirtles and players like that, listen, I'm not even a fan of Carragher's and all that. You're not going to win titles with those type of defenders. You need defenders that, are solid. They power. They got power in the air. They got power, pace. They got, everything you need in a defender. As long as they have that, they put their sleeves up when there's an important game to come. If you know what I mean. You look at the Man City game the other day, I thought Van Dijk and Konate were solid, man. The fullbacks let them down at times, but they were solid. Even Alisson had a few issues. I don't know what's wrong with Alisson, but he can't catch a ball for some reason. And then you saw Van Dijk telling him, mate, start catching the ball. Put the game to rest. Stop doing that and then start catching the ball again. That's proper leadership, that is. You don't care who the person is. You're still gonna tell them stop, upping your performance and get your performance up, man. You're supposed to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Let's get it here, man. When Kelleher's in goal, we don't concede a lot of goals. But when you're in goal, for some reason, we're conceding a lot recently. So let's just, get this back in order and all that stuff. So that's what he did, Alisson, and he was catching the balls again. Didn't really make a lot of saves in the game because Liverpool didn't allow it. Every time Man City was coming forward, Liverpool had about 11 players, behind the ball. And, we didn't give him a chance. I'm not saying, Man City are great, but every avenue they wanted to go, Liverpool had a player there. I remember the match of the day. I don't want to say his name. Okay, Troy Deeney was talking about the way we closed them down compared to last season, the way we closed them down. It was just a good analysis, in my opinion. It's just night and day. We gave them too much space last season. That's why they came at us and they scored those goals. This season, both games, we was like this every time, like this, close to them. Don't give them any opportunities to pass it. Do I think if Rodri and Haaland and all of them out there, we could be doing the same? I think so as well. I honestly think we could do the same in those games because times have changed, didn't it? Players have changed, managers have changed. And what we're doing is completely different. And what Arne Slot has implemented, the ideas he put forward, is formations that could accommodate the games that we play, if you know what I mean. So he's learning on the job. I've always said it in the beginning of the season, from the beginning of the season, I did say it would have been good for him if he had, you know, a Premier League experience coach next to him, you know, to get him through those difficult games. It helps because, you know, Premier League experience, you know, he knows the Premier League know-how, kind of coach. But listen, I can't fault them this season for what they've done. You can't fault a lot of stuff, actually. Even we hate to say it, even, you know, up in the balls, you can't really fault them, because if they win the Premier League this season, I'm expecting us to win. How can we argue, man? It'll be difficult. But let me tell you something, guys. Yeah, you remember when people said the ownership, they're all about every 5 years? Go and check out the last time we won the Premier League, 5 years ago. So that's becoming true. That's the worst part of it. But we have to see if we win the league, when we win the league, sorry, if we're going to continue the momentum. That's what I want to see now. I'm not waiting every 5 years, man. Life is short, guys. Life is about here and now. Forget about waiting every 5 years. But if you look back, the last time we won the league, 5 years ago. So it is true about FSG when people say that.
It is true.
Let's go. Big up Uncle Rose, man. Big up. Let me just get back to the chat, man. I'm being naughty. Don't want to be naughty, you know what I mean? Bless up, brother. Bless up. What's Mr. Steve saying? Steve saying Arne, I've got to look straight. Sorry. I keep looking sideways because I've got a little screen here now, so it's easy for me to look at. You know what I mean? Arne, the squad have 11 Premier League finals, of course, games to play. One game at a time. That's what we've got to do, Steve. We can't do anything else, bro. We got to, as a fan base as well, we've got to rise up. Stop all this negativity now. Let's just go. Let's help these players out. The captains asked for the best Liverpool fans in the world to come out now to the end of the season. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Big up, Uncle Rods, bro. Big up. Please go subscribe to Uncle Rods. Let's get back to the press conference and we continue.
With the quality of Alexander Isak. So, but also with him, it's not only about him. I like the style of play that Eddie Howe introduced there. They're always a team that is has a very good game plan. They're really intense. So with and without the ball, high intense tempo in the game. So that helps a number 9 as well, because the better your teammates are, the more chances you get. Mm-hmm. And he's not the only offensive threat they have. I think Gordon and the right winger as well. So they're a big threat. So yeah, it's not only about him, but he's definitely having a great season.
Obviously, it was 3-3 the first time you played them. They're just coming off the back of winning 4-3 against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. What does that tell you about them?
That they can score a lot of goals. And that's what I was just talking to you about. They have so much offensive threat. And I think normally they are not a team that concedes so many goals, because they are very aggressive in defending as well. As I saw, out of interest, not for this game, but just out of interest, the semi-final they played against Arsenal. Now, we all know how well Arsenal is when it comes to attacking, also in defending, but in this situation in attacking. And they just kept them away from their goal with defending really strong, maybe a bit similar what we did at City. So defending with 10 or 11 players. So, yeah, they can score goals, but they're all...
Guys, I love our coach. You know, like, even defending with 10, 11 players, it shouldn't be a shame, you know what I mean? If you want to win games, you've got to do it by any means necessary. Currently, we're not in a position to be possessional-based football team. We're not. I mean, because we're not that. So we've got to use whatever tools that we can get to win us titles. That's what we've got to do now. And him dropping a striker the other day and playing, you know, midfielders all the way to the top was very, very smart, you know what I mean? Yes, Man United, that's for you, man. That's for you.
That's for you, Man United. Very soon, you'll be losing that 20 on your own.
Love it.
Also able to defend really strong, and that's what makes them such a difficult team to play against.
Morning. The numbers that Mo is putting up in terms of goals and assists at the moment, breaking all sorts of records. Is he now at sort of peak Ronaldo, Messi level?
It's so difficult to compare players with each other, and it's not fair to anyone. I think Mo has his own career, and Mo has been outstanding. Messi and Ronaldo both didn't play the Premier League, but I don't want to bring them down because these two players are.
Ronaldo played Premier League. I mean, he won the Ballon d'Or as a player actually in the Premier League, so you got give him credit for that. But comparing Salah with them two is a different thing. But the only thing Salah has got, and he's in his advantage, like he's scoring crazy goals from one side of the pitch. That's the most important thing. Don't forget, those two became central strikers eventually in their career, but he's always been on the right wing and scoring crazy amount of goals season in and season out. I'm not saying he's as good as them, but if you put a tier below that, he's up there. You know what I mean? And you know, when people are talking about him and Henry, he's overtaken Henry in the goals. He's about to equal Henry on the Premier League as well, and you know he's won the Champions League already for Liverpool Football Club, which Henry hasn't. So I'm not saying he's a better player than Henry. Listen, it's what you do in the league, and you know, in a club that's important, in my opinion. And he needs to be, you know, talked about up there, in my opinion. And we'll wait until the end of the season. We'll wait. If he signs a contract, good luck to him. You know, I mean, he could actually extend, you know, the record-breaking goals and assists and all that stuff to next season. So, yeah, man. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see with Salah. But as I said, I'm not that type of fan that's going to say, oh, he's better than Henry as a player and all that stuff. They're two different players. Henry played all over the pitch. He was a central striker that goes out on the left, comes inside, comes on the right. I mean, this guy's only doing it from one side of the pitch. You know what I mean? Technically, you know, Henry is one of the best, you know, in the Premier League. So, yeah, he had, listen, at the end of the season, if things go according to plan, that talk has to happen, innit, really, if you think about it. I've never seen a right winger like that in my life. You know what I mean? I've seen John Barnes on the left wing score wicked goals for Liverpool Football Club, but not the amount of goals that, you know, Salah scores. No way, man. I've never seen any Premier League player do that, actually. So even Ronaldo in his heydays. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me just get to the chat. Sorry about that, guys. Appreciate everyone that's on, man. Short notice, you know, an hour before. Big up, Cedric, bro. Big up, bro. There we go. AK is in the house. What are you saying, AK? How are you? Liverpool versus Newcastle United. It win for Newcastle. Newcastle United will beat Liverpool in Anfield, and Newcastle will beat Liverpool in the Carabao Trophy. We'll see, Ray. We'll see, Ray. Don't worry. Just wait. You're underestimating my team, mate. Don't put my team down like that. Big up John Conway. It's been a while, bro, man. The biggest supporter of this channel for years, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, bro.
Incredible, but that makes the comparison maybe even more difficult. So Mo has had some outstanding seasons here at Liverpool, and we hope he can continue this for a longer period of time. But to do that, he first has to extend his contract, of course. And you don't got.
There you go, people. Talking about contracts. You know what I mean? The press didn't ask him that. It was him that brought it up. So maybe something's happening behind the scenes, something that's good finally. What I'll know is, let me just tell you, there's something good happening. I'm telling you guys, with probably all three players. So let's just wait and see. If the head coach is talking about it like that, and I'm a firm believer something good is happening behind the scenes. These guys can't be denied. I mean, they've done everything. I say to our fan base, I know we're angry at Trent, but take it easy on him, man. Take it easy on him. You're gonna like what you're gonna see at the end. You're gonna see. Trust me, you're gonna like what you're gonna see. So take it easy. Support the kid. He might not be the best player as a right back defensively, but he's got special talents, and something good's gonna happen with him, man. Just chill, man. Just chill. Trust me. Chill.
You guys don't ask me about that anymore, so that's a positive.
This is obviously the final Premier League game of that run of 5 and 15 days.
Clip this up, by the way. Clip this up.
For a few days at least off. What toll does that take, though? Do you have to think about freshening it up, or how difficult is that?
I'm not so sure if it is difficult, because these players are trained for this and they're used to this. So if they go to a World Cup or to the Euros, they have to play those amount of games in a short spell of time as well. So they're able to do so. But it's I sometimes feel like if we have one game in between and the game starts, I'm like, they're not as aggressive as they were. So they're in a certain rhythm. And they've shown this season many times already that they're able to. But it was the reason why I changed my lineup against Plymouth so drastically, because I don't think you can do this for a whole season. So you need to have once in every 4 or 5 weeks a normal week. And what I call a normal week is 2 games in a week instead of 3 games in a week. Of course, that hurt us in the FA Cup. But it also means that these players are now able to play 5 games in a row at the highest possible level.
You cannot deny that, Arne. You cannot deny that, man. The players are just doing a phenomenal job. Let's just put it that way. If you told me at the beginning of the season Liverpool's going to be doing what they're doing, I said, shut up, man. You don't know football. You know how I go. People say things like that. You know what I mean? Having been watching football all my life, you know what I mean? I will say that to you. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. I mean, the team would be lucky to even get top 4. You know what I mean? That's how we was going in the beginning of the season. Some always say Liverpool is going to win the league, of course, but not all of us thought that, man. I mean, if you look at the deficiencies and, you know, the injury records that we have, but they managed it somehow. You know, we've only got 1 player injured so far this season now. You know what I mean? That's just Gomez that needs an operation. That's about it. Everybody else is fit. Chiesa's fit. Jota's fit. You know what I mean? Konate's been fit throughout the season, apart from, you know, from a certain idiot that plays for Real Madrid that fouled him, you know, and got him injured at that time. But yeah, everybody's been consistently fit. I'm pretty impressed with that. You know what I mean? I don't know what these guys do behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because normal circumstances, we get about 3 or 4 injuries a season. You know what I mean? And we don't complain about it. You know what I mean? Some teams, you know, just moan. They spent over, you know, 750 million, almost $1 billion, and they still moan about, you know, the injuries that they have. I've never seen us in the 10 years we've challenged Man City complain about injuries every single time and use that as an excuse that we don't win games and win championships. These guys have come into the scene in the last couple of years. All we hear is about injuries. Like, it happens. That's parcel of football. You got to cope with it some way, somehow. You spent over 750 million and bought rejects all over the place. It's not our fault. It's your fault. So if you're not buying a striker in January as well to, you know, elevate you to the next level, it's not our fault. It's your fault. So stop moaning about injuries. Just get on with your football, man. I've never heard so much BS in my life. I can't remember us even talking about injuries in those 10 years we challenged City as much as these idiots that's, you know, in North London or whatever you call it. Yeah, well, they're from Woolwich, isn't it, really? Let's just put it that way. Yeah. It's just every single time. That's all we hear. Injury this, injury that. It's too much, man. We never used to hear this crap. Sorry, guys. I don't want to go ranting about, but it's the truth. It's too much, man. It's too much like crybabies around football club nowadays, man. It's getting frustrating. Ballon d'Or now is like a Carabao Cup lost its value, respect. Yeah, and respect. Yeah, spot on, bro. I'm not all about that, to be fair. I don't sit up and, you know, turn on the TV and it's time to watch the Ballon d'Or. Nah, man. You don't even see me doing streams about that, man. Rubbish, man. Salah VVD, give them 2 years deals with the option of to extend for another year. Trent, give him, I think that's what I'm going to say, 4-year deal. I think something good's going to happen, bro. I think so. I honestly think that. I've got no doubt about it. It's just the Salah one. He needs to negotiate his one. Jones added to the midfield forward was a master stroke. Mate, that's a genius move. You know what I mean? It stopped Man City progressing with the ball each time they had it. That's what it did, playing those two there. And I remember when I was in the USA, Soboslai, I think it was Real Betis. Is that Real Betis? I think so, Real Betis. I can't remember, guys. I don't go back that far. Innit? My memory, is slowly disappearing. Yeah, just joking. Yeah, Real Betis. I think Soboslai played as a striker where he played the other day, like withdrawn forward, like a Firmino role. This is why when people talk about Isak coming to Liverpool, I say we don't really need an out-and-out striker. We need a guy like a Swiss knife that can play all over the pitch, if you know what I mean, guys. That's why I said Alvarez, the ex-Man City player that plays for Atletico, that's the one I'll go for because he can play as a number 9. He's clinical. He's deadly in front of goal. Let's just put it that way. And he could play a withdrawing role. We've seen him at Man City when he's playing behind Haaland. He could play like a number 10, and he could play out wide, take set pieces. So he's like an army Swiss knife. That's what he is. And that's what you need at Liverpool Football Club. See, if you look at the Man City game, what was the specialty to that? A withdrawn striker. So Isak is just an out-and-out striker. So we don't really need someone like that. It's a good player. Listen, I'm not going to say no to Isak if he comes to Liverpool, but we don't want to go overboard with him, give him a lot of money, give Newcastle a lot of money to get him over here, if you know what I mean. Sorry about that. We don't want to do that. Right? With Alvarez, give them Nunes plus cash, get Alvarez here. And you know about Atletico Madrid, they always look for bargains. They don't really hold on to players. They always let players go as long as you give them a reasonable price. And that's what we could do. That's what we can do. Alvarez is 25 years old as well, guys. I mean, so he's at the right age. Still young enough for the next 6 years, 7 years to be at Liverpool at the highest level. So that's what I said. That's what I want. You know what I mean? To accommodate certain games. Because, like every game ain't going to be the same. Some games you need a striker that plays as a number 10, like a Firmino role. Sometimes you need a striker that plays like a number 9. You know what I mean? Like a Ian Rush, Fowler, etc. Nunes ain't going to do that, guys. You know what I mean? He's done, man. You saw him on the bench the other day. He had a hoodie on, all silent. I mean, it was weird. Like, oh, it looks pissed off, bro. Don't look angry like that. Get angry on the pitch and start scoring goals. That's what we need you to do. Now it's too late. You can't do that anymore. It's madness, man. Too many excuses around that player. I'm not going to be here criticizing him. Like I said, I want to be positive now, but he within himself has to do something. Let me just put it that way. Work after hours. When the training session finishes, get yourself a goalkeeper, a defender, someone. Work on your finishing, because that's what I thought. Nunes was a clinical finisher. When I saw him play against us with Benfica, look at the goals he scored against Alisson. He chipped him up. He chipped him over his head, put it in the side netting. It was just beautiful. And I think to myself, wow, this player can be a force in the future. Comes to Liverpool, it's like the guy is not even a professional footballer. It's weird, very strange. So you can't blame other people for your actions on the pitch. You need to improve. The fans back you. I've never seen a football club that's an elite club, one of the biggest in the world football, allow a guy to do this for 3 years. Other football clubs, they would have got rid of him probably in the first year, second year, halfway through the second year, probably at best. We're here 3 seasons with him, and we're still experiencing. He's getting worse. That's always part of it as well. He hasn't really. Let me put it this way: if you watched him in the beginning or last season, he always had chances, didn't he? Opportunities, like 3 or 4 opportunities in one game. Now we can't even get one. That's the worst part of it. And if he gets it, he hits it over the crossbar. What's going on? Come on, man. Come on. It's too much. Too much, man. Yeah, as you said, JK, yeah, Jones was phenomenal, bro. Absolutely phenomenal. I've had my reservations with Jones. I said my bits about Jones in the past. I thought he should have had to learn when he was younger to build up his physique and understand the brutal side of football. But Liverpool chose to keep him in and around the team. It took him a long time to develop as a player. But in the last, especially this season, under the new coach, he looks, a different player. I don't think it's. I'm not criticizing Klopp. Klopp was more, a man manager, arm around the shoulder. No matter how you play, I'm going to give you the opportunity. This new coach is different. You either have to perform or get players that can perform to replace you. You know what I mean? And now, Harvey Elliott is nowhere to be seen. He came on last minute of the game. There you go. Like, this is not daddy time anymore. Players have to start performing. If you're not performing in the summer, the door is open. That's how I see it for some players. So yeah, man, it's different, man. It's different now. There's no more like daddy, giving an arm around the shoulder. It's okay, little boy. You could, you get another opportunity in the next game. Don't worry about it, to correct it. And then it happens again and again and again and again. It's too much, man. It's too much. Now you got to straight away, man. Straight away.
On Sunday, just going back to Mo, he spoke about the need to win a second Premier League title. All professional athletes are competitive and driven, but what is it about Mo that you've noticed that drives him?
That's the first question to ask him himself. What drives him the most? But what I see is a top professional, not only what you guys see on the pitch, but he comes in early, works so hard on his body. And sometimes I get to see a few Instagrams, and I think that he works even at home as well. So if I see how much work they put in over here, and then to do something extra at home, I think he found the balance for himself to get the best out of himself. That's also what comes with experience. With playing so many games at the highest level, he knows now what to do to treat his body in the best possible way, and for him to get the performances in that he does. But he's not the only one. I see everyone in this building works so hard, and I'm talking about the players now first, to get the best out of themselves. But all the staff members work incredibly hard as well. So we're going to go today. It's February now. And we again have 3 pitches over here that are perfectly ready for us to train in the best possible circumstances. So it's not only about the players that put a lot of effort in to get the best out of themselves. It's the whole building and all the people that work here to get the best out of the players as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the Isak guys, especially the way he played against us away with the 3-3 draw that we had with them. He's a nuisance, isn't he? He just doesn't give up. It's just non-stop running, and he likes to put himself against the best defenders in the world. And I saw him that game. I remember this, people. Like, he's doing that. That's the first time I see him do that. I don't know if he does that every game. It's the first time I see him doing the thumb back like to Van Dijk. You know what I mean? Trust me, tomorrow it's going to be a different game for him. Believe that. Konate wasn't there that day. It was Gomez. I think Gomez got injured in that game, and we had to replace him. Let me say something. Pray for him. Pray.
Pray for Isak. Trust me. He took the piss that day. Took the piss.
He's going to be like this now. He's going to talk like this.
He was talking like this that game. He was talking like this.
Tomorrow's game, I'll be talking like this. That's Isak now.
So he's going to be, they're going to teach him a lesson. Let me just put it that way. Konate and Van Dijk, they're going to do a tag team on him, man. You know what I mean? Legion of Doom. You know what I mean? Oh, what a rush. Yep, that's going to happen to him. Trust. You know what I'm saying? Now they notice what he's all about and what he's all about. You know what I mean? Like, in regards to as a player. I guarantee you, Van Dijk's looking forward to this. He's rubbing his hands together, man. You don't forget this. You don't forget this, man, when he did that to them. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised if some heavy challenges come on him. Trust me. Don't be surprised if some heavy challenges are coming on to Isak. And you're not going to see him for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, Van Dijk, you take care of him. No. Konate, you take care of him. Like this, back and forth. That's what's going to be. Trust me. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll be surprised if be fit for the cup final, man. You know what I mean? The way he's going to be taken seriously tomorrow. Yeah. That's one thing Van Dijk doesn't, he doesn't forget things. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. Trust me, guys. Isak is going to be taken care of. Trust me. What's Steve saying? Our defense needs to close down Isak very quickly. Do not allow him time to shoot. I would get Konate to man mark him. Don't worry, bro. They're going to tag team, like I said. They're going to do it, mate. They're going to do it. Trust me.
And on his form, you sort of asked for this, but his form, does it make it easier for the club to to extend his contract or more difficult because of how well he's doing, in your opinion?
You can look at it in both ways. You can say, yeah, the better he does, the more expensive he might become. And the worst, if he would do really worse, we would have second thoughts if we wanted to extend his contract. So I think for everyone, it's the best that he brings in the performances he does now. Maybe only for the one that has to pay him, it's not the best. But for everyone else, it's the best. Because if you want to play at this club, you need to be at his level. Otherwise, yeah, probably you are almost useless to play at this club, because we only need players that are at the top of their game. Because this is one of the best or the best club in the world to play for.
Yes.
So, yeah, he needs to have these performances for him to play here and hopefully to extend here.
Any more for the Lakers?
Is there any more on Conor Bradley, Arne, and Lex McAllister? Looked like he has a black eye. Is he going to be all right to feature?
Yeah, I think he will. He will train with us today. Conor doesn't. He's out for a few weeks. So I cannot exactly tell how many, but it's clear that he went off with a muscle injury, and that's going to take a while before he's back.
I feel bad for him. I'm pretty well.
Thanks, Arne.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Let's get back to the big screen now before I go. Yeah. So you saw the press conference, people. Confident head coach. What do I think about the Newcastle game? It's a difficult game, no matter what you know. I mean, they've won their last game against Nottingham Forest by 4-3. Yeah, of course. Isak scored a couple, a penalty, I think, and chipped over the goalkeeper. I think deflected, went in. So yeah, Newcastle, they've got their own ambitions for the season. They're not going to be coming to Anfield just sitting back, you know, and break us down. I think obviously they want to win the game as well. So they're going to put ourselves. I don't know what's happening. They're going to put ourselves against them, obviously, and see before the cup final what they can do and all that stuff. What's our weaknesses, what's our strengths, and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting a tough game, but I'm expecting Liverpool to win at the same time as well. So that's another game, you know, ticked away at Anfield. I think 7 out of the 11 games, 7 of them is at home. So that's not bad, is it, to win the league like that if we can. And we've got 3 of them at home. We've got this one, we've got Southampton, and we've got Everton. So 3 games at home in a row in the Premier League, obviously with this one. So that's not bad, people. That's not bad. And then you got obviously Arsenal going away to Nottingham Forest, who have their own, you know, ambitions for the league, for top 4 as well. So the more the games come, you know, the more closer we get to that title. And you know, we don't want anything else but the title. You know, I mean, some people are willing to give up the Champions League for the Premier League. So, yeah, imagine having both. I mean, imagine having 3 this season. You know what I'm saying? Could happen, man. Could happen, man. So yeah, as you can see, Arne Slot full of confidence. You know, he said that's 2 players now that's off. I thought it was 1, but I thought Conor could be back. Yeah, so he's out, and so Gomez is out as well. So it's just 2 players out for now. It's just a muscle injury for Bradley. It's not an injury that doesn't look like it needs operation or anything like that. So he just needs time off and, you know, rehab after that and see where he goes. Let's see what Cedric's saying before we go. Let's see what he's saying. Cedric, big up, bro. Big up, man. Soboslai gives his all. That's what I want to see in players. I was talking about Soboslai before the game, as I remember. Yeah, I did. I swear I did. I talked about Soboslai. I did. I said he's got to step up now. This is the time we need him, innit? That's what I said. He's finally coming through, guys. You know what I mean? It's about time. He's an important player. He's the future of Liverpool Football Club. He's the one we're going to rely on when Salah and all those players are no longer there. You know what I mean? So he's 24 years old, guys. I mean, Salah, when he joined us, I don't know how long, 2017? He was about 25. So he's still got, if he stays at Liverpool, he's going to have a longer career at Liverpool, hopefully. So now you see him on the pitch, you see the Soboslai that's a leader. You know what I mean? It's not just about, running like a donkey. It's about, helping the team out. And what a performance the other day, man. What a goal, by the way. Like, if we talk about the Man City game, which I am coming to now, the setup for Salah's goal was something special, in my opinion. And I have been talking about it many times. I said, how many set pieces do we have to, take in a game to score a goal? Sometimes we go to 15 set pieces from a corner, I'm talking about. We don't even trouble the goalkeeper at all, if you know what I mean. But this one, they had a plan. It was similar goal to the Bournemouth one, as I think they did it in a match. Somewhere they did it, or I've seen it somewhere. Short corner, Soboslai lays it off, and Salah obviously shoots on target, by the way. It didn't care how it went in. It went in. That was the most important thing. And it was well planned. Well planned. You know what I mean? And that's what we need in the set pieces. Sometimes teams are difficult to break down. So you got to have an option to score, another option to score, which is more or less from a set piece, like, corner and things like that. And we don't do enough of it. I think this is our 4th goal from a corner this season. That's poor, guys. Let's just be realistic. Yeah. Very poor. But I was impressed the way they had a plan for it. I could have been wrong, but there you go. They had to try a different kind of way to score from a corner, and they did. Because each time we cross the ball in, it doesn't beat the first man. If it does, the goalkeeper retrieves it easily, just up in the air, grabs it. That's how easy it was for them. And I don't want to see things like that. I want us to do much better than that in the games. And we did. We absolutely did. And I love the way we controlled that game. It was something I've never seen done to Man City before. As I said, put the stats away. Get rid of the stats. Just look at the game as a whole. Liverpool controlled that game from minute 1 to the last minute. I'm telling you. I am telling you guys. I watched it again and I was pretty impressed. Very happy with the performance. The Salah goal was just beautiful, man. And the most important thing here is there's no longer Trent taking corners and Robertson. They can't beat the first man. And there's no actual direction in the corners anymore. McAllister is more of a threat with these set pieces. McAllister is a number 10, so he knows how to take that. So it's about time someone else has taken that role, and we see results, if you know what I mean. And that's important. Soboslai's goal. I swear I've done his thing. I've done his thing, but it's not that. His goal. I think it was a long ball from Trent towards him, but he was offside, so he let it go. Salah came through. Salah went inside the Man City box. When you're in the box, guys, they can't challenge you, innit? So you got to commit them. And that's what Salah does. He's always a threat when he's inside that box. So he either shoots or passes the right pass. And that's what he did. He passed the right pass to Dominic. Dominic had all the time in the world, cut in with his left foot. That's his second goal with the left foot in a row, isn't it? Really? I think it was one game at home. He scored with his left foot. And this game. I don't know who it was. I forgot the game. It was a while ago anyway. So that's 2 goals in a row with his left foot. What I like about him when he's on his left foot, he doesn't think, he just hits it straight away. But when he does it with his proper foot, with his right foot, he does this knuckle hitting, like a Ronaldo free kick kind of hitting. He needs to stop that. That's like a baby kind of kicking, man. Stop that shit, man. Side foot it in now, man. Just use a different kind of way of shooting. I'm tired of him doing, the hitting the ball with the toes, kind of Ronaldo. Even Ronaldo that only does it in the free kicks. You don't need to do it every single time. And this is the problem with Soboslai. But with his left foot, he does it inside the foot. And look at that, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. The goalkeeper thought he was going towards the right, but he hit it in the middle of the goal through players' legs and all that stuff. But as you said in the comment, Cedric, Soboslai this season, it's hot and cold, but his consistency is slowly setting in. And I did say about Soboslai, he needs to start performing now. From now going to the end of the season, we need that Soboslai that we bought. We did it by Bellingham, we bought Soboslai. So this Soboslai has to come out and do what needs to be done, which is dominating games, making the right passes, making the right decisions, making more goals. We want to see more goals from midfield. I mean, you're wearing that number 8 shirt. Be more of a leader, as you are for Hungary. That's what we need to see, and we're seeing it now. We're seeing it, man. About freaking time, I say. But what a performance, guys! I mean, beating any Man City team by 2-0 is impressive in my opinion, and I heard a lot of Arsenal fans crying about it, saying, Man City didn't bring their best players out for this game. Why is Bernardo Silva on the bench? Why is Diaz on the bench? Man City don't owe you shit. That's one of the things. They don't owe you a damn thing. You know what I mean? When we needed your help in past seasons, when we was asking you guys to go and, you know, beat Man City and all that stuff, you was losing 6-0 to them, man, and all this stuff. So nobody owes you anything. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Guys, obviously the press conference is done with Arne Slot. Please hit that likes. Please hit that subscription as well if you're new. We will be back tomorrow for the preview of Newcastle with a panel. Hopefully around 2:30, something like that. I'll come back with JK and Alante as well. So please tune into that. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in today, because I know I only gave you hour notice. I think hour notice, something like that. Normally, I do in advance. But yeah, appreciate everyone that's tuned in, and I'll see you soon, man. I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Hit the like and subscribe if you're new. Take care. Yeah.